it's Steven with Jacksonville Real Estate News. I hope you are having an amazing and wonderful day here as we're getting into March. I hope everything is going great for you and your families, and I wanted to give you an update for what has happened in the market in February. So, you know what? Let's dive right into the numbers. Let's take a look. So, first starting out, what we're really going to look at here is we're going to take a look at the number of listings. And with the number of listings, as you can see, we saw this kind of go up. You've been following the videos, you've been following the channel for a while. We've seen this. This is not news for us. But now what's starting to happen is the number of active listings, they're starting to go down a little bit. So we've seen in January, we kind of saw the peak around here, October or so, coming down, coming down, coming down. So boom. Right now, as of the end of February, this is the most up-to-date data that we have. So this is what we got. Right now, we're looking at about 7,283 active listings on the market. Another thing to think about is, let's look at this. Here's our sold listings. So we go to active listings, bam, we're way up here at 7,200. Sold listings is still down here at about 2,000. So, I mean, that is something. If you come all the way back here to March of last year, boom, man, we're looking 3,868 of active listings, 3,424 of sold listings. So, a really, really tight market for things that were sold versus things that were active. Coming through here, that's kind of when we start seeing the spread. As you can tell, we've got quite the difference between sold listings of 3,429 all the way down to 2,055. We're going to get that into the numbers a little bit below. So just stick around. We'll get to it when here in a few minutes. So the number of listings are kind of starting to balance out a little bit. We can also sit here and look at pending listings. So pendings are going back up, meaning things that are under contract. That's what we're really paying attention to here, is what's under contract. What are we looking at when things are under contract? That's what pending means. So we're seeing more and more pending listings come on the market. Let's kind of jump over here a little bit. We're going to take a look at and this is what I always love to get into, as you guys know from following the channel. We're going to get into, going to break it all the way down. We're going to sort through all this kind of stuff. This is what I like to get to, is the sold median price. With it being the sold median price, everyone is always asking me, Steven, what's happening with the prices currently in the market? Well, what's happening currently in the market is that, hey, we're at 330 of the sold median price. We look back at March of 22, you know what? That's at 340.99. So that does kind of drop us down a little bit. We have seen prices start to decrease and come down. So just be aware of that. Prices are coming down a little bit as we go through all of this. Now, let's go down here into the absorption rate, meaning how long are things staying on the market? As we saw before, we were looking at about 1.6 months supply. That's really what that is the supply of homes and how long they're out there. With that being said, you come up here, we kind of hit a peak at about 2.9 months back in December, dropped to 2.74, 2.69. So that's saying if no other houses come on the market in 2.69 months, everything would be gone based upon the sales numbers that we saw up here. Coming over here a little bit, let's go sold to list ratio. I love this number. I really, really do. This is a great, great number that excites me. And why? Because this gives us an idea when we're listing a property or when we're going out and trying to buy a property. This is going to give us a really good idea of what we're looking at in our sold to list ratio. So meaning, once again, we've got our sold. Boom, here's our sold price. Here's what it sells for. Here's our list price. Here's what it's sold for. Man, I got those kind of backwards, but I know what I'm talking about. Seriously, I do. So we got our list to our sold ratio. So what that means is that right now we're looking at about 96.9%. So If you list your house at $100,000, you on average here in Northeast Florida, for February, you're going to get $96,900. That's what that means. 96.9% of every dollar is what you're going to get. So keep that in mind when we're negotiating things, when you're going to list your house. This is an average. Now, are there some that, boom, you put it on the market, they're priced right, they're going to sell? Yes, of course. But on average, you're going to see right there about 97% sold to list ratio. Coming down here a little bit more, let's look at, this is another good one that I love. Days on market, folks. Let's look at days on market. When we're looking at days on market, look at this. I mean, shoop, going straight up. So in December, 62.4. January, 66.2. February, 78.2. 78.2. Can you believe that? That sucker has skyrocketed. So homes are staying on the market longer and longer. So for you people who are out there who are looking to buy a house, you're going to see things on the market. I get the question, Stephen, why has this been on the market so long? Right now, if you're below 78, you know what, let's round up to 80 days. That's just the market time. If you're seeing it 120, 160, 180, yeah, then we can have that question. But on average in Northeast Florida, you're looking at about 78 days on the market. Coming down here a little bit more, here is one that I really like. This is going to give us a little bit more detail of our statistics and comparing February of this year to February of last year. Absorption rate or month supply, 2.69, 1.18. Yeah, that's 127% change. So there we go. It's going up. Average list price, we have seen that go up. So there's our average list price, median list price, average sale price. Ooh, this is the one that I like. Average sale price is in 2022 February, we're looking at 378, 710. Now we're looking at 404, 944. So it has gone up for our average sale price about 6%. Year to date, we can come over here, 2023 to 2022. So look, that's gone up. We've seen that going up 6% on our averages. Let's scroll back over here. We're going to go our median sale price. This is what we're looking at a little bit above. So we're seeing that not really change too much. And then coming over here, not really change too much. The big thing, days on market, boom, 37 to 78, 110% increase. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot that's gone up. So we need to expect that when we're going into things. Here are some other numbers that I love to get the details on, folks. Let's take a look at a little bit more. This is a great one that I love to look at, is our active listings. What are the most popular active listings? Here in Northeast Florida, what are those price ranges? What do those look like for you as the consumer, whether you're buying or selling? Boom! Here's the data. Let's look at it. Come on. So if we're seeing here, this is what, and I just love numbers. I'm a real estate geek, so that's what we got. If we're seeing, if we're looking at the biggest amount of properties that's going on, if you've watched the channel at all, or you've talked to me at all, you're going to see this $300,000 to $400,000 range. If you're selling, boom, that's your range. That's where you're going to be. That's where a lot of the majority of listings here in Northeast Florida is the $300,000 to $400,000 range. A little bit above and below. Your next is 4 to 5, and then 5 to 750. After that, then you're going down to 250, et cetera, et cetera. I love telling people this, and you need to know, you buyers, if you say, hey, I'm really looking for something that's above 100, that's below 150,000 or below 200,000. Let's look at the numbers here. We're not seeing a lot. We really aren't. We're not seeing a lot, and it's not that your realtor or anybody else doesn't have, they're not just holding on to things and there you go, and why don't they have more that they're not pulling out of their pocket? It's literally, there's not a lot that's out there. It's just not a lot that's out there. Now, if we're talking 5 years ago, this curve was pushed down quite a bit. This 300 to 400 was probably more in the 2 to 250 range, or 250 to 300 range. But you need to be aware. Look at this. Look at this good for whatever price point you're looking at. You need to be aware of this is what's coming on. And you can see the change of what we're seeing. Once again, we're seeing a lot more kind of come on the market. Also, a little shout out to my investors out there. If you're saying, hey, I want houses that are below $50,000, yeah, you're not going to see a lot of those. I'm sorry. It's not because myself or your agent can't find you one. It's literally because there's not a lot that are going on to the market. So you just need to be aware of that as you are making your decisions. And then one other thing that I like to look at over here is our sold listings. When it comes to sold, this is going to once again give us an idea. And look at this year to date. We are seeing a lot of numbers down here, 2022, 2023. We're seeing a lot of numbers that when you get into it are having some issues. We need to be aware of that. The amount of sold homes are going down. This is very, very good for you buyers out there. Go and get a house while you can. It is going to help you. It is going to be awesome that you can do it right now instead of waiting, because as you saw above, houses are on the market even longer than they've been before in years, pushing 80 days on the market. We're seeing prices that are starting to come down. And you know what? Inventory is still out there. So to kind of summarize what's happening in the market right now, if you're a buyer and you're qualifying, you stand in a really good position. You really do. It is going to be a very good place for you moving forward. If you're a seller right now, hey, we've kind of got to dig in and we've got to have a realistic approach of how we're going to sell our house and how long it's going to take us to sell our house. Whether that's 10 days, 20 days, 50 days, we need to be aware of that moving forward. Talk with your agent about numbers. Go over the numbers. Go over what's happening in the market, and especially all the way down to your neighborhood. We can get that specific if you ask that question. Any agent should be happy to help you with that. I hope that you found this video helpful and insightful. Please, if you have any questions, comment below. Give me a like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. It didn't cost you anything to watch this video. They need this knowledge too. And you know what? You have a great and wonderful day, Jacksonville. Thank you.